Foreclosure avalanche coming. Foreclosure inventory is coming to your backyard, to your own neighborhood. Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com. If you don't mind, go ahead and click the like button, leave me a comment, and let's dive in, okay? There's going to be massive inventory of pre-foreclosures and foreclosures that are going to be hitting the market. And I'm talking about FSBOs, I'm talking about on the MLS, I'm also talking about REOs, and which is bank-owned properties, and the foreclosure auctions. That's how they get the REOs. Okay, massive inventories. Now, who's behind? I did a video a couple of days ago, so if you want to go watch that in detail, I talk about inventories coming, foreclosures and forbearance. But one audience that I forgot to talk about is because I freestyle all this stuff. I don't, I'm not scripted. Is that landlords, small landlords is going to be one great inventory that's going to be coming maybe in the pre-foreclosure section and some in the foreclosure section. What do I mean by small landlords? Like people that have 10 properties or less. Okay, because as a small landlord, let's say you have 3 properties or 4 properties or 5 properties, and you have a job, you have a good paying job, you're making 50,000, you're making 150,000, who knows, right? You're making 250 or 80,000, whatever the story is. But before the bug, right? Before the bug, you were getting your rental coming in, you had a good paycheck, and if somehow the renters didn't pay, you could cover that with your salary check, right? You cover that 1 month, 2 months, you found a renter in there. But after the bug situation, a lot of these small landlords, they may own 5 properties, and out of all the 5 ones, only one is paying. Now that small landlord that has a job, that has a good paying job or bad paying job, whatever the story may be, he or she cannot afford to pay 4 mortgage payments on the home because they never experienced so much I don't want to say vacancy, but non-payment, right? Because Big Brother allowed the renters not to, to pay rent. And so what happens to this real estate investor that is a landlord? Well, now he has 5 properties. He still has his, good paying job or bad paying job, but now he has these 4 properties that people live in there, but they're not paying them. He still has to pay for the grass to be cut. He still has to pay for the taxes. He has to pay for the insurance. He still has to pay the mortgage, even though the property is not producing him any money. And at the same time, he cannot turn around and rent it out because there's people living in there, right? So he has to wait for the foreclosure court to open up. So which means that there's going to be massive inventory of small landlords, right? People that own, 1 to 10 properties. Okay. Now, why is that a good thing for a real estate investor like myself? Well, because I can talk to one motivated seller and then buy 10 properties from him, or buy 5 properties from him, buy 3 properties from him, because if he becomes a motivated if he's a landlord and he becomes motivated and he also has multiple properties, that's a sweet deal. That's kind of like doing the new flip. On the new flip, sometimes I talk to sellers and I go up there and they'll have 4 or 5 bikes for me to pick up, and I bought them all for $100 each, and the bikes are probably worth $500 each. So I bought $3,000 worth of inventory that I can sell for just $500. So yeah, that's a killer, like 500% return. So it's great. I love doing deals like that where I talk to a seller and they have multiple real estate properties or they have multiple bikes, one seller. So one of the foreclosures or pre-foreclosure avalanche of inventory that's coming is going to be these small landlords. There's going to be a lot of them in all countries, in all states, right? From Texas to California to Oklahoma, everywhere, that may have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they have jobs, because majority of small landlords, they don't own businesses. See, this is why when I got into real estate 2006 fourth quarter, I was very lucky because I had a business that was producing me $100,000 a month. So when I bought these properties, it didn't matter to me if I had renters or not, because I had so much cash flow coming in. Not only did I have my salary for being the CEO of the company, but I also had tons of profits coming in from the business, right? So, but most small landlords are now in that situation. They are actually, they have a job. So If they have one vacancy, they could probably pay for it. If they have two vacancies at one time, that's probably not likely, but they probably could pay for it. But when they have so many at one time, or 50% or 60% of their inventory is non-performing because of renters and Big Brother allowing it, then it really hurts the small landlord. So one of the pre-foreclosures and foreclosure inventory that's going to be coming up is going to be small real estate investors, aka landlords. Now, someone says, "Well, Mike, man, there's a shortage of inventory. If you look online, there's so many buyers and blah blah blah, and house prices are going up." Well, I agree with you. That's because the manipulators are controlling the foreclosure courts, which are now allowing the courts to foreclose on millions and millions and millions and millions of people that are having homes that are not performing. That's why we saw Wells Fargo, I just did a video about you a couple of days ago, is cut off everyone's personal line of credit because they know what's coming. They have the debtor's book where they see all these non-performing mortgages, right? They see all these credit cards non-performing. They see all these autos non-performing. So that said, right, we're going to have an avalanche of foreclosures. And back in 2006, I've been whistling, I've been blowing the horn, letting everyone know that we're going to have another major crash coming in real estate. But because of the manipulators, it took a little longer. Just like I was early in 2006 fourth quarter, I realized that the housing market is going to crash, but I was a little early, and but I prefer to be early than late, right? I prefer to be early than late, and so I started ringing the bell back in 2006. I'm sorry, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. That hey, things are coming, and we saw that if there was no stimulus, the thing would have melted down. We saw that if they didn't stop the stock market crashing just like a couple of years ago, they keep taking it off. It was just coming down like crazy. So there's a lot of control. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of the elite that don't want it to fall, but it's going to happen. I mean, just that's how things work. You can't just have an up market forever. Anyways, we're going to have an avalanche of foreclosures coming up very, very soon. We're going to have massive inventory coming up very, very soon. The banks are pulling credit. They're not going to be giving out money to buy homes. It's going to be a credit crunch, which means that less buyers are going to be able to buy homes. That's retail buyers. There's going to be less real estate investors that are going to be able to buy homes because most real estate investors don't have cash. They're just using debt. And so there's going to be less buyers on the market. There's going to be a lot more inventory. And, my speculation for since 2016 is we're going to see massive price cuts in these deals, guys. Okay. And I'm super excited. And that's why in 2016, I said, subject to heaven will be the next crash. And we're seeing it exactly. Millions of people are behind in payments. That's what a subject to is. And, it's going to be a heaven for real estate investors that know how to structure those deals. If you're interested in learning how to structure these types of deals with homeowners, what I call subject to investing, if you need homeowners that are willing to just become your private bank, they're willing to just let you take over their monthly payments, their mortgages, then make sure you join my academy. There's monthly coaching. I give you a bunch of best-selling courses, and I'll meet with you personally to evaluate your goals, your business goals, and come up with an action plan to attack it on one-on-one. And you get all this stuff for just $97 a month, guys. So go to academy.com, and for free, I have my flipping, my real estate flipping book. You can download it. It's totally for free at freebooks.mrnofluff.com or go to myrealestatedojo.com and you'll see the free book offer, guys. It's totally free. There's no shipping. I spent thousands of dollars. I spent thousands of hours making this book for you guys, and I could easily sell it, but I'm giving it away for free because I know that, if you take action, you can beat your dreams. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.